This is beautiful up here. Nice. Thank you. My name's Randall Birnberg. And before I begin, people watch mafia films? How many like these mafia stories? Okay. I may do a little Al Pacino tonight. Okay? Or Dustin Hoffman or one of these, what are you looking at me? You looking at me? I may do that tonight. It just comes out. I don't mean to do it. It just comes out. Being raised on the south side of Chicago. Before I begin, I want to thank a few people because they need to be thanked, really. Stefan, are you here? Thank you. Who's Stefan? How many Stefans in the audience? I want to thank all the Stefans for coming tonight. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. And Alexander, are you here? Great. All Alexanders, thank you as well. And I want to thank these people here. People who put this together. These people here put this together. Okay? And I went around when I first came here and I talked to every one of them. Okay? Because I have a little thing that I do. I like to hug. How many people here are huggers? I just like to hug. I'm a hugger. So I thought about actually coming in the audience and hugging everyone. Now, since it would take about, there are 350 people here, 350, 5 seconds a hug, somewhere around 29 minutes. I've got 16 minutes and 23 seconds. It's not going to happen. But wait a minute. Later, because I am the last act, if you want a hug, I'm here. Okay? As simple as that. I also want to thank you guys because this is in English. And your minds, I can imagine, if you're German, you're getting 4 hours in English. It's a little bit anstrengend, right? It's a little difficult. So I want to thank you guys for going through this English story. Yeah? Good? All right. All right, let's begin. Happiness is an inside job. It's as simple as that, right? It all starts here. All of our speakers tonight, I was listening to them all, and they all said a little what I want to say. So I look at this last thing as putting it all together, all right? It's kind of like and it's interesting. I've been in Germany 20 years, and I forget my English. Because 95% of my presentations are in German. So I was going to say this is a Zusammenfassung. No, I don't. Putting together, summary, I guess is the word. A summary. Somebody help me. Somebody German help me with the English here. So I always start out with something that I call gratitude. Gratitude. And this picture here was painted by my daughter. My daughter she's 24 years old. She moved to Germany when she was 4, and she went to the Waldorf school. And for those of you wondering, she could dance her name. Believe me, she can dance her name. And she did this, and I just put this up here because I'm reminded every day that I have a 24-year-old daughter. Gratitude, right? So I'm going to do a little exercise with you. I want you all to close your eyes. Close your eyes. Don't go to sleep. I know it's late. Close your eyes and take out your wallets. Slowly. So while you have your eyes closed, I want you to think about today. You woke up, you got out of bed this morning, and you had a long day, right? And you're sitting in this chair. So from the time you woke up, keep your eyes closed, until the time in this chair, I want you to think of 3 things that you appreciate, you're grateful for. 3 things you're grateful for. When you're finished, raise your hand. Oh, that was quick. Wow. You guys do this activity? It's very good. I'm going to wait till everybody's hand is up. Wake up the person next to you. Tell them to put up their hand. Okay? Good? Everybody? All right, good. Let me ask you a question now that we did the grateful story. there are 4 things in our life that we always think about. And like I say, a lot of the other speakers said this tonight. And this is what I always do. I always do this. These are my thoughts, right? So family is always there. The me is here, my friends, and my working world. So how many people here had a grateful with family? Family was involved there. Okay, that's normally number 1, because that's where you came from. Very important. How many people had a grateful with you? You did yoga today, you ate well, you did your sport. Great, it's normally number 2. How many people had a grateful with friends? Talked to a great friend. Wow. By the way, I think Renee said this, that social connectivity is the number 1 factor for longevity and happiness for people, being connected with people. And how many people had a grateful with the working world? Your boss is here, so put up your hand. You people up there, put up your hand. Stefan's in the audience. All right. All right, so that's your life. That's it. That's it. Every night before I go to sleep, I think about my day. I think about what went well, right? I call them WWW, what went well. Okay? It's not World Wide Web, it's what went well. And how many of you have children here? Okay, I'm going to give you a beautiful activity for your children. You're at the dinner table, you eat, and then you say, we're going to start a new game. And you connect it with eating, because habits, when we form new habits, they're always connected with something before it, right? You brush your teeth and then you floss. Those are connected because it's connected with something before it. So you tell your children, you say, look, I'm going to start a new game. Right after you eat, you're sitting at the table. I want you to think of 3 things that went well today in school. Get your kids thinking in that direction, right? And then you say, I go first. What's the kid going to say? No, I want to go first. It's kind of a psychological thing, right? So then you let them go first, and you go, okay, go for it. And you have them do 3 things, because normally, as we get older, and if you have older children, you say, how was your day at school? Yeah, I hate my English teacher. Bus was late, lunch was terrible. I'm glad I'm home. I don't even want to do homework, right? So get your kids thinking more about what went well, okay? And the philosophy or the science behind this is, wherever you focus, it grows. The men know this. I mean, we're in Germany. It's a car country, right? So you want to buy a car, you go and test drive the car, and suddenly you're coming home and that car's everywhere. You see that car everywhere. Or if a woman wants to have a baby, suddenly she's in the store and there's pregnant women everywhere, or children. So with this philosophy, why not think of what went well? Right? If you think of what went well, you'll see more things that go well. Okay? Now, I talk about these 4, I call them Denkblasen. What's the word in English? Thinking bubbles? Crazy, Ed, crazy. So I talk about these. I talk about these because this is our life, right? These are the things we think about constantly. And these are the things we have control over. That's why I say happiness is an inside job, because we can control these things, right? So, for example, if I don't want to talk to my brother, I don't have to talk to my brother. If I don't want to eat well, I don't have to eat well. That's my decision. If I don't want to have a friend that doesn't support me, I think Renee said this as well, this friend supporting story. I say, you know what I say to friends who don't support the new Rand, my changes, my positive changes? I say one word to them: Tschüss. That's it. Done. They're gone out of my life. And in the working world, we have choices. We're in Germany. There's actually a shortage of people here. You can work wherever you want to work, okay? So we have a really great life here, okay? And at the end of the day, when we can decide what to choose, what decisions to make, we're happier, right? I always say change, because you have to change things, right? You have to start new habits. Habits are very difficult to form, right, because of the subconscious mind. So I always say the only person that likes change is a wet baby. It doesn't really work in German. I know, I get it. Change my diaper. diaper, Windel, okay? So the only person that likes change is a wet baby. We're not used to change. We're so used to doing things over and over and over and over again, right? So I'm going to challenge you to make some changes, okay? For example, a change. He just did now. When people sneeze, something happened in there. You want to talk about that? You want to come here and talk about that? We got a psychologist here. Okay, so when we make changes, and I'm going to give you a big secret here, and a lot of people talked about it tonight, but I'm going to give you a number one secret I want you to walk out the door with. It all starts out with one thing inside us. That's it. That's it. That's the end. Bye now. See ya. That's it. Self-love. Now, some of the issues with that is we don't have self-love, so we start to blame. My neighbor, my dog, my boss, my sister, my man, my main, right? Without self-love, we judge. We compare. We have fear because we don't love ourselves. Okay? You with me? Everybody in the room has self-love? All right, I want to see that one. Let's see here. Let's see. Hold that, please.
Yep.
What's your name?
Stefan.
Stefan.
Another
Stefan, the other Stefan.
Yeah, another Stefan.
Stefan's here. Stefan's here. We found him.
Yep.
Stefan, I want you to look in that mirror.
Yeah.
Good-looking guy.
Yes. Excellent.
Whoa. Okay, great. Thank you. Great. Yeah. Stefan, I want you to say, look right in your eyes.
Okay.
And say, I love you.
I love you.
Hey, does your wife know that? We're good. Okay. Again?
I love you.
Wow. Good one. Good one. That's it. Yes. Yes. Good. What's your name?
My name is Kim.
Kim, go for it. Look
Wow.
in that mirror and say, I love you.
I love you.
No, don't look at me. My partner's up there. She's not going to like that.
Okay.
She's not going to like that. So look in the mirror. Mm-hmm. Really look in your eyes. Look
Yeah.
in your eyes.
Yeah.
Not at me. Look at. Okay, I'll do this then. And say, I love you.
I love you.
Look in the mirror. I love you.
I love you.
Good. Thank you. Give a hand for Kim there. Thank you. Okay, really look in the mirror. Nice looking guy. Good.
I love you.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I
more
love
time.
you.
Okay.
I love you.
Like an Italian. Do it like an Italian.
I love you so much.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Affanculo. Perfect. Hey. What's your name?
Matze.
Mata.
Mata.
Thank you. This is something I have people do in my seminars and workshops. Very difficult. Very difficult for many people to do it. I mean, really to do it. Right? I was given a workshop last week, 2 weeks ago, and I brought it in, and I go, okay, same story, right? Because I always start out my workshops like this. All right, before we begin, I want to do a little exercise here. Hi, Rand. Ooh, baby, you're handsome. You're a good-looking guy, kid. I like that gray. Okay? I started out like that, and then I walk around, and many people can't do it. I had one woman say to me, put it in front of her. I said, say I love you. Okay. No, say I love you. It's, what'd she say? It's, zu viel. I go, no, it's not zu viel. It's genug. Du bist genug, I'm telling her. Sag mal, ich bin genug. I mean, it's this idea of when you don't have it here, you can't give it away. Simple as that, okay? So if you start judging, something's up here. If you can't be happy for other people's successes, something's up here. It's that simple. So if your neighbor buys a new car and you're going, my neighbor has a Porsche, not me, okay? Something's up here, okay? If a woman gets married and does a honeymoon and, in somewhere like amazing, it's your best friend, and you're going, wow, how can they afford that? Something's up here. Okay, it all begins here. Simple as that. So very often, though, is what we heard tonight, it's so subconscious, we just say things that we don't even know we're saying. So you have to step back, and with something called mindfulness, you have to realize what you're saying. Okay? It's that simple. And it's actually not that simple. It's easy to understand, but it's hard to put in story. Okay, I'm going to talk about 5 changes real quick. I'm going to leave you with some changes. I call them takeaways. And a couple of these we've already heard, which is very interesting. We didn't hear this one. Make your bed. Who makes their bed here? Wow, nice. I'm going to give you another task then. Make it and say, thank you, bed. No, really, it's beautiful. You thank your bed. My partner looks at me like I'm crazy every morning, but she laughs, so it's okay, It's the first thing she sees, and it's the first thing I say. I complete something, the first thing I do when I get up. It's completion, okay? Make your bed and thank it, all right? All right? You can write me an email and do it for 7 days. It's a 7-day challenge, Make your bed and write me an email. Acts of kindness, giving. We're actually happier giving than we are receiving. Give, all right? Just give. If you're feeling bad one day, go out and give somebody something, all right? Next one. Just smile. Just smile. If you find yourself not smiling in a situation, smile. That's it. All right? Okay. Missing one. Okay. What went well? You end your day with what went well. Okay? What went well. All right. I'm going to give you a little story here. I'm an ending story. I'm in the back. I have an Edeka by where I live. People think I'm crazy in there. I walk through the department's coaching. Are you happy? A scale from 1 to 10. How happy are you? Now the ladies at the register, I go there because I've asked them so many times. I go there and they go, 4. So I'm standing behind this lady at the register, and she starts complaining about the long lines. Obviously, the lady was never in a Walmart. Yeah, Jim. So I tap her on the shoulder, and I go, excuse me, look, instead of looking this way and seeing what you don't have, turn around and look at what you could buy. You've got 100 cheeses over here. You've got 200 meats, fish, Oranda, Coca-Cola. You've got so much stuff. And you want to complain about this? You know what she told me? She goes, yeah, when I'm happy and I turn around and see more people behind me waiting. I said, how can that be? That can't be. So the next time you find yourself in Edeka or Reva or Hits and you see the lines and you feel yourself complaining, just turn around. People behind you are going to freak out, but just turn around. Matter of fact, tell them to turn around. Matter of fact, tell everybody in every line to turn around and stop complaining. Okay? Got it? So I want you all to stand up real quick. We're going to end right here. I'm going to stand up with a little activity. Okay? I want to thank you very much. And like I said, I can't hug all of you. Right? But I'm going to have you hug each other. So here's how it goes. Hug the person on your left. Hug the person on your right. Go for it. Genau. Great. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Randall J. Birnberg.